Okay, so hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's topic is uh, ECR and Docker Hub. Okay, okay. So first of all, what is ECR, right? So ECR is nothing but the Elastic Container Repository. Okay, this is the Amazon service. Okay, ECR is the Amazon service where we store the Docker images, whatever we build the images, right? So there we store the ECR. Okay, and same like for ECR, we are having Docker Hub. Okay, so let's say if this is your Docker image, okay, Docker image, right? And here you will be storing your say Docker image, right? So that you can use it for further for future use, right? So why we are storing the Docker images in the these remote places, like they should be accessible anytime. Okay, so your code and your running application is there means in the form of Docker image, so it should be accessible. That is why you keep those Docker image, build Docker image to the ECR or Docker Hub. Okay, so okay, so let's create some EC2 instance first. We'll build one Docker image and we'll try to upload to the Docker Hub or ECR. Okay, so first we will see the ECR. Okay, so before that, let me create the EC2 first. Okay, and launch instance. Give the name like test server. Okay, taking some time. To macro, Amazon Linux, and keep here anything test. Okay, security group select anything. This is launch wizard. Okay, keep here. Okay, let it be for the keep here. We are not logging from the external, so better to launch now. Okay, keep here is the mandatory existing keep here. Okay, test. Okay, launch instance and launching try to connect this instance. Easy to connect. So why we are storing these images to the ECR or Docker Hub, so that when we run the pipeline in the Jenkins, so Jenkins should be able to access those images that are stored into the let's say ECR. That is the reason why we are not stored in the local desktop or local system, let's say. Oh, Okay, so my EC2 is getting connected. Okay, so let's go to sudo su hyphen in the root directory. Okay, so before this, I need to install the Docker also, right? Sudo m install hyphen y docker. Okay, okay, so Docker is installing on this EC2. Okay, just start the Docker now. Systemctl start Docker. Okay, sorry, it's a command print mistake. Systemctl. Okay, just check whether it is started or not in the status. Okay, so it is running. So let's say check what are the images are available. So there is no image. Okay, just download one image, pull the image from the Docker Hub, right? We are already seeing this. Let's say HTTPD. Okay, so this image is getting downloaded from the Docker Hub, right? We are already seeing this. So Docker, just check the download images. Okay, so HTTPD image is downloaded. Okay, or anything, any image you want to customize image that is also be present here, right? Like we have seen in our previous session. Okay, so I am just taking one any form of the image. Okay, so whether it is Docker Hub image or any custom image made by you. Okay, so storing is in the form of ECR, that is important here. Okay, focus on that topic. Okay, so HTTPD here. Okay, so uh, now we want this to store to the ECR. Okay, so what is the ECR? Okay, so ECR, just check. ECR is a Elastic Container Registry. This is the Amazon service. Okay, just open it into the new tab. Okay, so in the ECR, okay, you want to upload this message to the ECR, right? So just create a repository. Okay, so this repository name, okay, should be same as whatever your Docker image name. Okay, so this should be same. So your repo name should match with your Docker image name, right? So just create the name like HTTPD. Okay, and you need to create private repository. Okay, that is very important because in public it will be accessible to all, right? So make sure you are creating in the private repository. Okay, so just create it. Okay, so your repository has been created, right? Just go to this repository, no images. Okay, so you can see now there are some view push commands, right? Okay, so what are these push commands, right? So first command is let's say retrieve an authentication token and authenticate your Docker client to your registry. Use the AWS CLI. Okay, so you need to log into this ECR, right? And this is what this is saying, that authenticate your Docker client. So this is my Docker client, right? So this Docker client that is installed on my EC2 is accessing the ECR, means one EC2 instance, okay, service is accessing to this AWS ECR service, right? So for that we need to authenticate, right? So this is the command for the authenticate, that will authenticate your Docker client. Okay, so just copy and try to run here. Okay, okay, so what the error is coming? Unable to locate credential. You can configure credentials by running AWS config. Okay, so what this error means is that EC2, we already know that EC2 is a service, right? What we are logging into this EC2 instance is a service, and this EC2 service is accessing to this ECR, right? So one service is accessing to the another service. So for that you need a role, right? I am role. So which means EC2, this EC2 um, should have the permission to access the ECR service. Okay, this ECR service. So we should create one IAM role for the EC2. Okay, so just create one IAM role now and assign it to the EC2. Okay, roles. If you see that, I think I don't have any role. Okay, so just create a new role. I want to access one AWS service. Okay, so select this AWS service, choose the ECR, right? ECR. Okay, choose the service or Elastic ECR, Elastic Container Registry, right? ECR. Next. Okay, so just create role. Okay, so we have created one role, ECR application. Okay, so give this role to the EC2. Go to actions, security, modify IAM role, and give here that role that we have just created now. Okay, create new IAM role, let's say. Then create one role. So our EC2 instance is EC US East only. Okay, okay, web identity ECR. Okay, next. Okay, but why we are, it is not allowing to create role, just okay, roles, just refresh here. Mm-hmm. Update role. Okay. I'm not getting why we are not getting the role name here. Mm-hmm. Create role. Let's. Mm-hmm. Attach this role to. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it is not allowing to create one. I'm not sure why I'm to test it on existing instance. No, I am role. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm able to attach a create new role. So delete this. Okay. AWS allow. Mm-hmm. This EC2. Okay, so let's see park this for some time. Okay, I will check whatever the issue is for assessing this here. So we can check the okay. Okay, so we'll try to upload this image to the Docker Hub. Okay, so for Docker Hub, okay, so let's say if you go to Docker Hub, okay, so go to Docker Hub container registry. So you need to create your account first into sign up. Okay, I have already created that. So I'll just sign in now. Okay, sign in and give your password and then continue. So you will be logged into the repositories. Okay, okay. So I have logged into the Docker Hub. Okay, so let me first check the Docker commands. No, okay, notepad. There are some commands for the Docker Hub. Okay, that I need to check in the Docker. Okay, so Docker image, Docker overview. Okay, doc to login container. We have done it. Okay, danger commands, Docker file. Run Docker. Okay, image push. Okay, so this is the Docker push to Docker private repository. Okay, so first we what we need to Docker login first. Okay, so just mm, first login to the Docker. Okay, close this Docker login. Okay, so username is Pratik2306, right? Pratik 2306. Then password is tag, image is httpd, right? httpd, Docker username, image, and Docker username. Okay, what is your Docker username? That is Pratik2306 and the image. Okay, so again, once again, httpd, that is our image name. Okay, so I am just tagging the httpd image with this name. Okay, so just try to enter. So we have tagged that image, right? Now we can push to this Docker Hub by this command. Okay, you just instead of okay, sorry, what is this? So give Docker push. So currently there is only one repository, okay, in my account, okay. So there will be now two, Docker push and your Docker username image, right? So this one, this is my Docker username and the image name, okay. Oh, seems it is hanged. Let me refresh. Okay, log into sudo su hyphen. Okay, so Docker, what was that image command we run? Docker tag, okay. So we just need to Docker push, okay, Docker push, Docker username. That this is my Pratik236 username and the image name. Okay, so this will push the HTTPD image. So it is now push. Okay, it is the push has been completed now. Okay, so we can check in the Docker Hub and give the refresh whether it has been pushed to Docker Hub. See, you can see that HTTPD image is getting pushed to this Docker Hub. Okay, and it is public. Okay, so my repository is private, but this image is the public one. Okay, so this way we can store the our custom images, our the Docker images in the remote place that is called Docker Hub and ECR. Okay, ECR is the Amazon service. I'm not. I was getting some error, right? You have seen that I was getting some error in the attaching the role. I will check that for sure. Okay, and we'll come back. Okay, and we'll see. Okay, no issue. So this is it for the ECR. Okay. Sorry, the Docker repositories. So I will come back with this AWS ECR. Okay. Sorry for the trouble. Okay. Thank you. Thank you guys. Okay. See you soon. Bye bye.